Hello, my future Tenacious Lifestealers. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go from an utter noob to a Lifesteal Pro. In this video, I'll be covering what seasonals you'll want to be rolling from Clan Top or buying from the Time Traveler, as well as what activities you'll want to prioritize in order to be successful in Lifesteal. First up are seasonals. I will be going over every crate and picking out the items that I believe are useful for either PvP, PvE, or leaderboard grinding. But without further ado, let's get right on into the crates. For the Valentine's crate, the helmet, boots, sword, and chestplate are all useful for PvP. For the Easter crate, the boots at tier 3 are useful for PvP. For the Divine crate, the boots at a high tier are useful for PvP. For the Demonic crate, the helmet is useful for PvP. For the Ancient crate, the helmet and boots are useful for PvP, but the boots are niche as you need sand or sandstone to get the benefits. For the Christmas crate, the chestplate is useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Valentine's 2023 crate, the shield and boots are useful for PvP. For the Imperial crate, the sword and boots are useful for PvP, and the fishing rod is useful for leaderboards. For the Celestial crate, the leggings are useful for PvP, and the hoe is useful for leaderboard grinding. For the Voltage crate, the leggings are useful for PvP. For the Cyber crate, the chestplate and fishing rod are useful for PvP. For the Spooky crate, the sword, helmet, and shovel are useful for PvP, and the hoe is useful for all activities. For the Jolly crate, the sword, helmet, and chestplate are useful for PvP, and the shovel allows you to grind seasonal keys through the Vote crate. For the Cupid crate, the sword, boots, and shovel are all useful for PvP. For the Bunny crate, the leggings are useful for PvP at tiers 4 or 5, and the shovel is a general purpose item that can farm enchanted golden apples, candy corn, switcher snowballs, and Santa's cookies, and the backpack is useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Arcanist crate, the leggings and boots are useful for PvP, but the boots are niche as you need snow or ice to get the benefits. For the Tiki crate, the chestplate is useful for PvP at tiers 3 and up. For the Inferno crate, the leggings are useful for PvP and the backpack is useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Sacred crate, the leggings, sword, shield, and crossbow are all useful for PvP. For the Panic crate, all of the armor is useful for PvP, and the crossbow is useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Quantum crate, the boots, leggings, and crossbow are useful for PvP. For the Grinch crate, the chestplate and leggings are useful for PvP, the pickaxe is useful for leaderboards, and the axe in combination with the Grinch chestplate is useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Spartan crate, the chestplate, leggings, and sword are useful for PvP, and the shovel and helmet are useful for Coliseum grinding. For the Magitech crate, the crossbow and sword are useful for PvP. For the Clown crate, the helmet, leggings, sword, crossbow, and shield are all useful for PvP. And finally, for the Singer crate, only the tier 5 helmet is useful in PvP. For new clans or players not versed in seasonal PvP, I would highly recommend getting leaderboard or eco seasonals first. The Celestial Hoe, Imperial Rod, Grinch Pickaxe, Jolly Shovel, Bunny Shovel, Bunny Backpack, and Spartan Shovel are all items you should aim to buy from other players or roll from Clan Top before looking for PvP seasonals. Once you do decide to create a PvP set, the first thing you should be looking for are escape seasonals. There are a lot of options when it comes to escape, and even just Spring Shoes boots are very powerful for running. Celestial leggings, Clown leggings, Grinch leggings, Spooky helmet, Inferno leggings, Panda leggings, OG Val boots, Quantum leggings, Sacred leggings, Spartan sword, and Spartan leggings are all good options to go for. Once you are ready to get PvP seasonals, refer back to the crate overview and research what each seasonal does at the infuser. As you grind Coliseum, you'll build up a lot of spawners and XP boosters, and you'll want to get a mob grinder up as soon as possible. Here's an example of what I would recommend you build. I want to point out that I have each spawner pillar spaced out by 3 blocks, as this will increase the efficiency of your spawners. I also want to point out the spawning mechanism, or the killing mechanism I mean. As mobs spawn, they will make their way down the drop chute, fall through this lava, and then they'll stack up into this water right here. Once they stack up here, you're going to want to take a sword and spam click their feet, which knocks their heads up into the lava and kills them. It's very important that you spam click as you want to kill each mob stack individually, or else the XP orbs will merge and you'll lose XP. I also want to quickly go over a farm design that you'll want to use if you have a Celestial hoe. This is 13 blocks long and has trapdoor guiders. So you would start down here, hit your head, you'd go left, you'd go up, and you'd go right like this. This isn't important for start of the world, but for leaderboard grinding, this would be very helpful to get up within the first week to snipe some easy GC.